We're going to talk a little bit about mental wellness and go over just some resources that might help you during the climate that we're in, and just everyday things that you can do when you're feeling, stress, because stress actually causes chronic disease, actually causes us to feel bad. It's responsible for about 80 to 85% of visits to the doctor. It's all related to the stress that we keep in. So I want to give you some good tools to put in your toolkit on how to deal with stress, or if you're feeling anxious. These are just some good practices that I would highly recommend. One, first and foremost, is breathing. When we get stressed, our fight or flight kicks in, which is a good thing. We have fight or flight if you're being chased by a bear. It's not a good thing if you're just living everyday life and you stay being chased by a bear or feel like you're being chased by a bear. Eventually, your adrenaline and all the other hormones, cortisol, the things that are being pumped out will make you feel ill or cause you to have some symptoms of a disease or a chronic illness. So, and then mentally really challenge you to the core. So we have to capture that stress as soon as you can, unless you are in a real fight or flight situation. It's when you get stuck in the fight or flight that causes health problems and health issues physically and mentally. So number one thing you could do is breathe. So you just pause, take a deep breath in, hold it for a couple counts, and breathe out. There is one method where you breathe in really slow, hold it for 8 counts, and exhale out. You do what feels good to you. You breathe in just as deep as you possibly can, and then you exhale it out so that you really fill up your lungs with some good deep breaths. Do that a couple times, and that kind of helps you to release that fight or flight and helps reset your attitude or your body's chemicals. So the breathing is extremely important. The second thing is called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's just to pause in the middle of, you're spinning like a top. You pause and you say 5, and you look around and you think of 5 things that you see. So you're kind of going through your senses. 4 things you can hear, and I want to get this right. 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear. Like we stop and say, what do we hear right now, besides me talking? And then 2 things you can smell. And then 1 thing you can taste. So you go through that, and what that does, it diverts your attention. It diverts your attention off your situation, off that stress, to something else. And it resets, just the time for you to reset. So that's good, called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extremely important. This has been in the research lately, and I hope you've heard about it. I hope I've talked about it enough, but gratitude. Thinking of things you're thankful for, even keeping a gratitude journal. I know some days it's hard, but if you wake up in the morning and think of 3 or 4 things that you're grateful for, it's really important to write it down too. That kind of resets and reframes your mind. Or in the middle of a bad situation, I know it's hard to think of things you're grateful for, but it's not really in the middle of that situation. It's before, after that situation that you keep the adrenaline, the cortisol levels up. That needs to come back down. So think about things you're grateful for. Of course, I would say exercise, and it can be moderate. So research has proven time and time again that moderate exercise, and that can be, what is your moderate? Walking, running, playing a sport, riding a bike, treadmill, going to the trail, and hiking. That is proven to reduce stress. So why would you not think about that first for your mental and physical stress? So get outside. It's beautiful weather now, but even if it's not beautiful weather, the rain won't hurt us. And in the wintertime, you come in and get on the treadmill or do the things that you can to relieve stress by exercise. And then nutrition. We've talked a lot about good nutrition, especially during times of stress. You want to avoid sugars and things that can spike your glucose levels and your blood sugar levels up. So you want to avoid those simple carbohydrates that we've talked about, and you want to eat more nutritious whole foods that come whole from nature, not processed foods that have been made or manufactured in a plant. So look at things that come from your garden, things that come from whole foods, leaner meats and fish, poultry, things like that. So look at nutrition as medicine and what you take in is very important, especially for your stress levels. There are certain foods that calm you, and I have a lot of information on foods that calm and foods that cause harm. So if you want more information about that, please let me know, and I'll be glad to send you that. Sleep is essential for stress, and I know the more I talk about it, the more I can't sleep, so you really have to kind of roll into that. You've got to do the things that cause you to sleep at night, and that's turn off your laptop, turn off the news, don't look at your phone, don't get blue light to stimulate your brain, read, do something, listen to music, something that calms you down, and you know what that is. So you do that before, several hours before bedtime. Darken your room. A cooler room is better for sleep than a hot room, so turn the air conditioner on if you need to. Open the windows and get some fresh air. And so try to make sleep a priority, and try not to eat right before bed, especially a full meal, because the stomach's going to be, your gut's going to be digesting, and that's going to keep you awake. So sleep is essential. Sunshine, very important to get out in the sunshine because you get your vitamin D, which is a great immune system booster, also a mood booster. So get sunshine. And I know wear sunscreen, but 10 minutes without sunscreen is really kind of recommended now to get your vitamin D levels up. Then you can sunscreen and protect as you need to, but get outside. Even if you're not seeing the sun, it's there. I promise you, it's there. So get outside and get light. That's very important for the daytime. And then, playing music, reading, the things that cause you to relax. I want to talk just a minute on meditation and prayer. That's also, as you read more research on stress and strategies to deal with stress, prayer time, and meditation, just clearing your mind of all the distractions and really focusing on what's important. So that takes an intentional act on your part, and that will also help you deal better with stress. So your mental wellness is just a very important facet of all of the attributes of wellness. It's the physical, the emotional, the mental, all play together in a big puzzle to help you be well. Thank you.